Confused about the cosmos? Can't tell a planet from a star? Then give us just 5 minutes and we'll show you what they are. Jack Horkheimer, stargazer, director of the Miami Space Transit Planetarium, tells you all about the night sky and the biggest show of all, the universe. And now this week's episode.
Saturn's incredible shrinking rings. See them at their skinniest for 15 years. Greetings, fellow stargazers. And as some of you may recall, back in October, I alerted you to the fact that my favorite planet, ring Saturn, would be losing its rings soon, and that they would actually disappear from all but Earth's best telescopes on Labor Day weekend, 2009. But alas, what I didn't tell you was that when Saturn does finally lose its rings on September 4th, it will be so close to the sun that we won't even be able to see it from Earth. So, the second best thing to Labor Day's non-event is that you look at Saturn any night this month, because they are now almost at their skinniest. Let me explain. Okay, we've got our sky set up for any night through the end of January between 10 and 11 p.m. facing east, where you'll see the brilliant stars of Leo the Lion just rising. Several stars, if connected by lines, trace out a sickle shape or a backward question mark shape and make up the front part of Leo, and a triangle of less bright stars marks his rear. And with a little bit of imagination, we can picture a very nice lion here. The bright blue star Regulus marks his heart, but there's a slightly brighter object off to the right of his hindquarters, and it looks a bit yellowish. And that, dear friends, is the ring planet, 75,000-mile-wide Saturn. And if you look at it through a telescope right now, its rings will appear very, very skinny and almost edge onto us, much different than they usually look. You see, we see more or less of Saturn's rings depending on where it is in its orbit. It takes Saturn 29.5 Earth years to make one orbit about the sun. And as it does so, its rings constantly appear to change position as seen from Earth. In April of 2003, they appeared wide open, as astronomers say, and we were looking up at Saturn from underneath, so to speak, at the south side of Saturn's rings. But ever since then, they have been slowly closing, month after month, year after year, slowly tilting downward, so that by Christmas Eve last month, they almost disappeared. And they are now slowly revealing a little bit more of themselves in a kind of a tease, but only for a short time, because starting in the middle of May, they will start their real disappearing act. And as I said, on Labor Day weekend, will disappear from sight through all of but Earth's biggest telescopes. Although we won't see them disappear this time, because Saturn will be so close to the sun. Then, however, they will slowly open once again. And in 8 years, in October of 2017, they will be wide open once again. But this time we'll be looking at the ring's northern side, down at their top side, so to speak. But it's all an optical illusion. Saturn's rings do not actually tilt. It's simply a matter of perspective of where Saturn and our Earth are in their orbits. When we are in this position, we look up at the southern side of Saturn's rings, and when we are in this position, we look down at the northern side of Saturn's rings. In between, they disappear. So, see Saturn's rings at their skinniest right now, because they won't look this skinny again until March of the year 2025. And frankly, I don't think I'll be here to remind you. Keep looking up.